quickly, Mafia 3. Mafia 3 is performance capture, and it was a really cool role. I remember auditioning for it, but he was the darkest, racist character, Remy Duval, and it's set around real events in 1967 in the United States. There's references to it, and reading it on the page as an actor, you're like, this is important. It's really cool. It's going to be a challenge. But then having to go in there and spew this hatred, dark, racist hatred, into the face of black actors and say these words to them, and they're, playing the role, we're sitting in a motion capture stage and they have nooses around their necks, and you're doing this thing, and it was a place where it was no longer words on a page, it was I have to truthfully do this. And I challenge anybody here who would have that kind of hatred. There are people tell jokes, people say things, but when it comes down to it, you have to, you can't imagine that. And that was the hardest day I've had as an actor on set, on TV, film, anything. And it just, for me, it was one of those things. I talked to the other actors. I said, we need to take 10. I need to talk, and they were all, oh, this is cool. This is what we. It was just, it was a game changer, and it was another testament to what games are becoming. It's a sophisticated storytelling, medium, and the performances in that were, it was just difficult. It was just saying that, again, when you read it, okay, it's going to be cool. But when you have to look in someone's eyes and say that they're playing their fear, and it was a moving day. It was icky. It just was. And I'm not like a method guy, but it just was like, I was fine right up to like action. Can we take 10? It's like literally the first take. They're like, excuse me. I'm like, and you're looking at the guys ready to go, and like, I thought I was ready and I wasn't. And we just had a quick conversation, and you jump into it, and it was dark. It was just dark, but it was important, and I think the final product was good. But
it's more than just reading lines on a page. Then it's really quite involved in just some dark places with some things.
Yeah, and if you just say the words, you're at home playing the game going, this is garbage, it's terrible. You're gonna know, and that's, and I think everyone would agree that we have a responsibility to you guys to like do your best, so you are, when you play, you are immersed, you are in it, and if somebody just kind of takes a day off, you're gonna tell.
I think we've got one more over here.
Yeah, I just want to ask Troy, you must have had a lot of fun playing Pagan Min in Far Cry 4. Just how much fun did you have just being so evil and hilarious?
Man, first of all, I got to work with one of my favorite directors, Jack Fletcher, who really was, especially in that trailer scene, the whole thing with the pen. Jack Fletcher gets a lot of credit for that. It was him trusting me. The whole pen thing was just kind of an improv deal that came out of nowhere. But no, that's, you want a character like that to play. Like, you're talking about one version of a bad guy that's like really, really hard to play, and then what you want is to be that kind of bad guy where it's just delicious, and it's just he's chewing the scenery. David in The Last of Us is a great example. That's a really dark character. My thing with David
is just had an appetite.
He's hungry. I actually related to David, which is a credit to your performance, because Hitchcock was the one who says that the only true villain is one you can relate to, and also it was Harryhausen who said that a believable monster is one you can imagine in repose, and David to me was a perfect example of both of those things, because I kind of agreed with him, and he never really did anything bad. He never lied. Ellie was the one that lied. He was believable. He's just trying to take care of his family as much as Joel and Ellie were. So I completely understand David. and you got to see him just sitting around a campfire telling stories. That to me is like a true monster. But Pagan Min is the kind of character that every word that flows out of his mouth is just, it was written well, it's just poetry, and all you want to do is have your performance be in concert with the writing that's done. And they let me have so much liberty and freedom. The whole scene at the table where it's like, from your diagram, boy, that whole thing was improvised. It was just, that's a credit to the people that are helping, that are a part of making the game going, play, have fun, and we'll let you know when to pull it back. And they make you feel like you can fly, and you just trust yourself so much more. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Travis Willingham had a role in that started off to be Guy LaFleur or whatever. His role was supposed to be way bigger, and they ended up cutting it way down just because of how a Far Cry game works, where you're always seeing it from the player's perspective. But go back through and watch those scenes and just hang out in front of that door where Guy is at.
I've seen it.
What is it?
I've seen it, yeah.
Oh, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He's on the phone talking to his wife and his daughter about her soccer game as he's torturing a guy. It's brilliant. Far Cry 4 was just a great game. But yeah, Pagan Min, amazing character. And that's what I love about what we get to do is that, and especially about being here talking to you guys, we get to play these characters that every actor dreams of, the type of character playing, and then we get to freak out and geek out over them, and then come here with you guys and sit and be able to share that experience with you because you love it and we love it too. So this is just a great experience for us guys. Thank you.
Awesome. We are literally running on the fumes of the time we've got left. If you guys have got one thing to say to any sort of inspiration kind of things to say to anyone who wants upcoming in acting and voice acting and all that sort of thing, is there anything you guys want to say to them to get them on their path from what you've got experience-wise? It's like, protect my mortgage.
Do I have it? Yeah, you know, I think Uncharted, this character helped me become a better actor for a number of reasons. I used to audition, and if the role was Paul, he's a doctor, I would, okay, this is the breakdown, what he's all about. Okay, I'd go in there trying to play Paul, and it's going, what is he like? Maybe he walks a certain way, maybe he looks, you know, I guess, whatever. And I realized I was trying to play a character. And what Uncharted gave me was, from the get-go, was like, just, it's you. It's just you. Put as much of yourself into this. And I joke about it, like, the only difference between me and Drake is I can't climb shit like he can. And I do try. I fall a lot. But it taught me that I'm enough. And the only thing I can do that makes me unique in an audition is if I am enough. It's like, it's the only thing that makes you unique is what you bring of yourself. So if you know, you sit there and they're in an audition room and there's 5 guys and you're like, well, maybe I'll do differently than he. No, nobody can do me because they're not me. So Nathan Drake allowed me to go, oh wow, I'm enough. And I booked more jobs on camera after getting that role and learning that. Because I would just go and go, okay, that doctor's name's Paul, I'm gonna do Nolan, who happens to be named Paul. And you know, and if you get it, you get it because that's what they want. You might not get it, but I know I was never gonna be bad. I was never gonna flunk the audition like, oh, he's terrible. No, I'm just doing it, doing the scene, and just very subtle, and sometimes it feels like I'm not really acting, and that's good acting. So when you're just being yourself, you know, it's something now you may put on a different accent or something like that, but it's still you. It's you know, the little things you can tweak, but it's still your sense of perspective. So I think trusting yourself that you're enough and just do you. Pacino pretty much has done a version of himself and everything, and the Academy Awards, that's what I would say.
I come from this question from like a teaching point of view, so I think that one thing I would say that both of these guys have just be brave. A lot of the greatest choices come from the spontaneity, but sometimes I remember sitting and I would feel these instincts in my head and I would second guess myself, and then before I knew it, I would hear the director ask me for the instinct that I already had in my head. And I thought, man, if I would just push through that and be brave and trust that instinct. So I would say if this is something you'd like to do, be brave, because a lot of people aren't. And so if you go into those auditions and you're brave and you trust that that's your time and that you're there to have a performance in a space for them to see your bravery, then that's awesome. And then I think the other thing I've just learned in my career is try to learn and be humble, okay? This opportunity sitting in front of you today came because I wanted to learn from someone. And I wanted to learn however I could by sitting in an audition room, by when everybody would go out and have a smoke during break and I would sit next to Gordon and have some sun chips and cottage cheese and just pick his brain. You know, take those opportunities to just learn from people and say, hey, can I help you with anything? Or can we go out to lunch? Or can you mentor me? Or can I learn from you? And then you just never know what doors will open to you. You can't control it all. And so by just honestly wanting to learn about the craft and learn about acting and learn in any way that you can, safely, I think doors will open and you just gotta keep walking down them.
So far we've got be brave, learn stuff, be yourself.
You are enough is just, literally, I can't believe you said that. That's my shirt today. That is such, literally, I'm wearing shirts as you are enough. You are enough is an incredible aphorism, as is be brave. Something that hit me this morning is communication is part of our DNA. It's literally a fundamental element of our evolution. We do not exist without communication. And whether you're acting, writing, singing, writing a song, drawing art, you are communicating. You're communicating an emotion, you're communicating an experience, you're communicating an ideal, something. So it is in you, in all of us, to communicate. Don't think you can't do it. If you believe you can, whether you're dancing, whether you're singing, whether you're acting, whether you're writing, speaking, it doesn't matter. It is all form of communication, and it is literally inside of your DNA to do so. So trust that, realize that you are enough to be able to do that. And if this is something you want to do, surround yourself. True friends will not break you down. They will not keep you from doing something. They will encourage you to do it. And they will give you constructive honesty. If they don't meet those two requirements, they don't deserve to be in your life. A true friend will be honest with you and tell you, you shouldn't do this. And they'll also tell you, but you should do this. And they'll encourage you along the way. So surround yourself with people that will give you honest criticism and supportive criticism. But realize, I love that. You are enough. Be brave and communicate. Communicate.
There you are, guys. Big
Thanks,
round of
guys.
applause. Oh, it is some absolute noise. Nolan and ladies, thank you so much, guys. Do you need a hand down? Okay, you got it. Press triangle if you need to use the grab hook. There we go. One more round of applause, please, guys. Come on.